2 accounts. You check one of them. The other one has been charging you for something you never bought. It is Thursday, and the rent comes out at some hour you have never known. You know it lands Thursday. That is all anybody tells you. Your pay lands Friday. It has landed Friday for 2 years. Thursday evening, you are in the kitchen, and the phone buzzes on the counter. You do not pick it up immediately because you already know, and there is a version of the next 10 seconds where you have not read it yet. $35. Nothing you bought was extravagant. You bought rent. The order was wrong by about 18 hours, and that is not unusual. The CFPB's own analysis of the transactions that trigger this found the median running in the low hundreds. One study across 11 banks put it at $370, another at $198. Ordinary amounts, groceries and rent arriving on the wrong side of a Friday. Rule 1. You were not charged for spending too much. You were charged for the calendar. There is a second account, and that 35 is the first line in it. It does not hold things you decided to buy. You are in the aisle with 2 of the same thing. The large one is $11. The small one is $5. You are holding both and doing the arithmetic you have done 1,000 times. And the arithmetic is not hard. The large one is cheaper per unit, and you know it, and you have always known it. You put the large one back. Not because you were confused. Because you have $41 until Friday, and 11 is a quarter of it. It happens with detergent and rice. It happens with the annual subscription that costs less than 12 monthly ones. It happens with the insurance premium that is cheaper paid at once than in installments. Every single time, the cheaper option requires money you would have to already have. Rule 2. The discount is not for buying more. It is for being able to pay sooner. The television broke in March. You went to a place with a sign in the window about weekly payments, and a man walked you through a number small enough to say yes to. 20-something a week. He was polite about it. Nobody lied to you. You still have that television. You are still paying for it. Brookings measured exactly this in 2006. The figures are 20 years old, and the structure has not moved. In Wisconsin, a $200 television bought that way finished at $700. You did not overpay for a television. You paid because you needed it in March and had the money in September. Rule 3. The financed thing is not more expensive. Time is, and you rented it. The fee is $12, and it arrives on the 2nd of every month. It applies below a minimum daily balance. Above the line, waived, and nobody above the line has ever thought about it, because it does not appear on their statement at all. You have looked at the line. You have done the math on getting over it. It is not an impossible number, and the 12 comes out of the balance. So the charge for being under is one of the reasons you are still under. Rule 4. This is the only bill you get for the size of your own account, and it is subtracted from the thing it measures. The station across town is $4 cheaper on a tank. You know that the way you know your own address. Saturday morning, you drive there. 15 minutes out, 15 back, and you sit in the line because everybody else knows too. Somebody at work jokes that you would not do that for $4 if you knew what your time was worth. You know exactly what your time is worth. That is why you went. When there is no buffer, $4 is worth more than half an hour, and the arithmetic is correct. The person who does not make that drive is not smarter than you. They have $4 they are not worried about. Rule 5. Time gets cheap when money is tight, and you sell it at the rate the shortage sets. The car made the noise again on Tuesday. It is not a bad noise yet. It is the kind you can drive with. You turn the radio up a little, and it is not that you are pretending. You have simply moved it to the list of things that are not this week. The shop would tell you now is cheaper. The shop is right. Now costs money that does not exist. And the noise costs nothing until the morning it costs everything. Same with the tooth. Same with the shoe. Same with the ceiling. Rule 6. Deferred maintenance is a loan you take against yourself at the highest rate in this video. Now put the 6 side by side. The Thursday fee, the small bottle, the television, the $12, the drive, the noise. Nothing on that list is about how much you earn. Two people on identical salaries can have all 6 or none, and the variable that decides is not income. It is whether there is money sitting still, not invested, not saved toward anything, just present, doing nothing, unspent. Here is what its absence costs. The CFPB found that 9% of consumers pay more than 10 overdraft and insufficient funds fees in a year, and that group pays a median of $380 annually. That is the Thursday line alone. Not the bottle, not the television, not the noise. $380 a year into a broad index fund at the 10% the S&P 500 has averaged since 1928. Over 30 years is about $71,000. You would have put in $11,000 of it. The buffer that prevents most of those fees is a few $100s sitting in the account permanently, doing nothing at all. $71,000 from one line, and the key to it costs about $400, which is roughly the amount that almost 40% of American households do not have. And before anyone calls that a personal problem, in December of 2024, the CFPB finalized a rule capping that $35 fee at $5 for banks holding more than $10 billion in assets. $5 billion a year returning to households, about $225 each, to the people paying it. Effective the 1st of October, 2025. Congress reversed it that year. In 2025, banks and credit unions collected over $12 billion in those fees. The 35 stayed 35 because somebody kept it there in a room and you were not in the room. It is Thursday again. The rent will come out at some hour you have never known. Your pay lands tomorrow. You are in the kitchen and the phone is on the counter, face down, and you already know what it says. Nothing about tonight is different. You will pay the 35. You always do. But you know what it is now. It is not a penalty for spending. It is rent on $400 you have never been able to leave alone. 2 accounts. One holds your money. The other holds the price of not having any, and it has never once sent you a statement.